How we doing today, YouTube? D-Ski from D-Ski Grillz back with another cooking video. And today, we are smoking 2 whole chickens on the Gateway Drum Smoker. But not only are we going to be smoking these chickens, we got some cool new things to show you guys that we're going to do to these chickens. Here's what we got going on. First and foremost, we are going to do an awesome chicken injection by Meat Church. Now, I've never tried this before. This is chicken injection. We're supposed to do a mixture of some type of liquid and the powder. We will shoot these chickens with that. That's first. Second, new rub to me. Now, I know it's been on the market for a while, but you guys know how much I enjoy bone-sucking sauce for ribs. This is bone-sucking sauce chicken. So this is a rub specifically for chicken. So we're gonna do a 2 double take on these beautiful 2 whole chickens. We'll hit it with the chicken injection, then we'll come back and season the outside with the bone-sucking chicken rub. So think about it, folks. Most of the time, as a binder, we are using olive oil when you're talking about chicken. We're changing the game today. Why not use mustard? A friend of mine told me if you just use mustard and let it sit out for a while, the results are magnificent. Now, I can tell you already that I've tried it once, but I didn't film it. It is unreal. So today, mustard will be our binder. Now, let's look at the stars of the show. We'll get this out of the way. And what you can see, we have 2 beautiful whole chickens that we're gonna hang on that drum smoker today. You know what we'll do? I'll take you guys to the cutting board. I'll show you step by step how we're gonna mix up this awesome injection, how we're gonna season the outside of these beautiful whole chickens. Thanks as always for joining me, and let's get cooking. Okay, folks, we are back. So here's what we got going on. We're gonna go ahead and mix up our injection. Now, for the Meat Church chicken injection, what it calls for is 2 cups of liquid and 1 cup of the mixture itself, which is in powder form. So let's do that right now. What I got is chicken broth, and what I'm thinking, we'll see if we have enough for 2 cups. This is not a full container. If I don't, we'll mix the rest up with water to make sure we get the 2 cups that it's calling for. So let's do that now. Now, this is actually a 1 cup cylinder here. So let's see if we get lucky, folks. We got 1 cup there, and I can tell right now we may be a little short, but let's add that. And we'll go ahead and do the next cup, hopefully. It could be close. Matter of fact, we might make it. So it says your favorite liquid. To me, what's better than chicken broth when you're injecting a chicken? Okay, so 2 cups. Looks like we have enough liquid. All right, folks, that part is done. Now we're coming back, and I have a regular measuring cup here. And what I want to do is get 1 cup of the chicken injection. It says 3/4 cup, but I'm kind of all about flavor. We're going to do 1 cup here. This might come out messy. Let's give it a shot. Okay, I think we did a decent job here. All right. Okay, so this is about 1 cup, as you can see. So we'll go ahead and add that. You can see it's more of a yellowish type color. Let's get that added to our liquid. All right, folks, so I'm gonna get this to the side. It's time to do some good old-fashioned whisking. So we have our whisker. Okay, so what I'm seeing right now is that this is actually mixing really, really well. Now, I think the consistency will be definitely perfect for injecting. It might even seem like it's getting a little thick, so I'll keep working this in for a little bit. And what we'll do, we'll get back together. I'm planning on whisking this for at least a minute to make sure everything gets mixed up well. We'll get back together at the end of the whisking part of this, and then it'll be time to inject these 2 beautiful chickens. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Okay, we are back. So what I did is I whisked for about a minute, maybe a minute and a half. This stuff mixed up really, really well. So let me show you the consistency we have here. So just a regular liquid. Now what's awesome about this, folks, is that the smell is amazing. It's almost like hints of Worcestershire sauce. I definitely smell chicken flavoring in here. There's all kinds of ingredients as you would expect that make this up. But one thing I can say, flavor-wise, from the smell, this is probably gonna be some amazing stuff inside of these chickens. So you know what we're gonna do now? Let's go ahead and get these babies injected. Okay, folks, we are back. So let's get the injection part of this cook going right now. I am using just a regular injector. And what I'm thinking about doing is trying to hit this baby. We want to go in the wings. So we'll get some going in the wings. And you know when you're injecting, you'll see everything kind of blowing up. So look at that. They became super wings at that point. All right, let's come out of there. let's go on down in here and catch some of our thigh and leg. So we're getting that. Now, if we lose some, that's fine, folks. That's just all a part of it. But what I want to do is get the injection part of it done first. And then we come back and then we add our rub to the outside. From there, we'll let this baby sit on the cutting board while we go out there and get our grill set up. So this is what we got going on. I'm going to catch the side of this thigh. Now, you know breast meat, when you're talking about breast, it's the part that's usually the least tender when you're done doing cooks, okay? So we're going to definitely spend some time making sure our breasts are full of this injection. So let's flip this baby over. All right, we got our beautiful breast meat here on top. So we will hit that. Now, what I can tell right now from the amount of liquid, now we want to hit this in a couple of spots, but what I can tell from the amount of liquid is that this would easily do 5 or 6 chickens. So I definitely have more than enough. And the good thing I can do is scale down next time after seeing what we have going on today. All right, let's get off into this leg a little bit better, folks. Look at that. It's gonna be great. Let's catch this leg here. Ah, lost a lot there. That was on me. We'll get in here. Pumping these babies up. Okay, so that is chicken number 1. What I'm gonna do now is take it off camera, take care of chicken number 2, and then we'll get back together in just a bit. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Okay, folks, we are back. So what we've done is injected both of these beautiful whole chickens with the Meat Church chicken injection. Now what we're gonna do is just kind of pat dry our chicken. We're gonna go ahead now and get our binder on these chickens. And I know you were listening, so I know you remember what we're gonna use today. We are coming back with our mustard. So regular yellow French's mustard. So we're gonna hit that right now. And what I wanna do is just get a light coat. And again, we'll let this sit on the cutting board with our seasoning and go get our Gateway drum smoker going. So let's get that all in the best we can on this one side. And we'll do it, of course, on both chickens. So let's work that in a little bit. All right, so we got that done. Next thing we're gonna do now is add our bone-sucking sauce. And again, I'll give you a close-up. This is chicken seasoning and rub. So this is the one we'll add right now. Okay, so we'll go ahead now and add that. And as you can see, it is adhering pretty well. That's the whole idea. Now folks, D-Ski Grillz, what are we all about? We're all about building layers of flavor. That is what we are doing right now, okay? Now what I can tell you from this initial smell I'm getting is this is definitely a spicy, awesome chicken rub, okay? This thing smells really, really good. Let's make sure to move it over. Cutting board is kind of running out of capacity here. I want to catch the legs, so that's what I'm doing that you may not be able to see. Now, I hope you guys don't think we forgot about the front. Everything gets love on D-Ski Grillz. So let's catch this right here, and we'll go off into the cavity as well. So nice amount into the cavity. All right, I'll lay that baby down. We will do the exact same thing on chicken number 2. Let's get off into that cavity. Very important, folks. And on the top side. All right, so we got that done. You know what we're gonna do now? Let's flip these babies over and do the exact same thing. Let's catch that a little bit. Okay, folks, so here's the deal. We're gonna let these babies sit on the cutting board for about 20, 30 minutes. You're not gonna be able to beat that, okay? Mustard already, not only does it act as a binder, it does magic to meats, okay? I think it's the vinegar content in the mustard. You never taste it when you're done, but it has its own way of adding more and more flavor to your food, okay? So these 2 beautiful chickens are gonna hang out for 30 minutes, and I'll meet you guys outside. Okay, folks, we are back. So I wanna show you what we did. I cleaned the grill, so you can see that it's taken back down to the original color, the prime type color. Now what I used was oven cleaner because it gets a lot of soot built up in between these cooks. So let me show you what we're using today. We have B&B lump charcoal. That is from a previous cook. So once I finished that cook, all I did was go ahead and put the lid on, it smoldered out, and we're able to reuse this again. So we're using B&B lump charcoal, and then I'm gonna use 2 wax starters. So we'll go ahead now and get our wax cubes in place. Put one here. And let's get one down in here a little bit. We'll get one down in there. All right, so that's what we got going on. We'll get those fired up. Now, it's really important to keep your drum smokers cleaned out because you can end up getting a burnt type taste if you don't service and keep them cleaned in between. So it's really important to keep your drum smokers cleaned out. I would say at least every 4 or 5 cooks. So again, on these walls, I used oven cleaner. I came back with a scrub brush afterwards, scraped all the soot off from the last few cooks, came back with a water hose, dumped it out. So wasn't a big task, but it's something that's important to make sure you get the true flavor of your food and no type of burnt residuals from previous cooks. Okay, so we have both of these babies lit. We will wait for our charcoal to ash over. We're going to be shooting for 300 to 325 degrees for today's cook. Then we'll come back, add 2 pieces of pecan wood, and then infuse these beautiful chickens with that pecan smoke. We'll get these babies hung out on the gateway. Shouldn't take more than about an hour, hour and a half. So next time we see each other, folks, we'll be hanging 2 awesome chickens. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Okay, we are back. So let me show you guys where we're at right now. So we are right at 300 degrees. It is time to get these awesome chickens on the Gateway Drum Smoker. So let's do that now. As you can see, we have them sitting out right now. We're going to go ahead now, open it up, drop in our pecan wood, and then it'll be time to get these hung. So check out the fire. You see it's roaring really, really good. So that's that smoke flavor infused, and I'll throw one on the left side. We'll let that catch on a little bit later. Okay, so now it's time to get these babies hung. We'll get chicken number 1 hung right here. And chicken number 2 hung right here. Okay, folks, I'm gonna get the lid back on it. We want to cook it around 325 degrees. With the Gateway Drum Smoker or any other smoker, the longer you leave the lid open, the hotter it gets. So let's get this baby closed up. I'll check back with you guys in about 20-25 minutes. Okay, folks, we are back. As you can see, we're holding pretty good at around 300, a little bit over 300 degrees. Been there for 30 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and open it up. And what I want to do is just turn it 90 degrees, and then we'll get the lid closed back up. But I want you to see how this chicken's coming along. Beautiful smoky environment. Come check out the chicken, folks. Look at that. Looks really, really good. We have an awesome smoke flavor on it. We have a great bark. I see the crust forming really well. I'm going to go ahead and turn it. The idea is turn it 90 degrees. And we'll get this baby closed back up. See you guys in 30 more minutes when it'll be time to probe it. See you guys in a bit. Okay, folks, we are back. So we're an hour into this cook. As you can see, the dial is staying true. So this is really dialed in. The Gateway Drum Smoker is dialed in between that 300 and 325 degrees. Haven't had any major spikes whatsoever. But then again, if you're looking, you ain't cooking, right? So we know that. So you keep that lid on, and then that way it can stabilize like it's doing right here. So what I want to show you now is we're going to use the thermal pin. So right now it's about 67 degrees is what it's showing, and that's pretty close to what it is out here today. Let's go ahead and start probing these whole chickens and seeing where we're at right now. We could be close to being done. So we'll do that right now. Okay, one thing I can say is these babies look beautiful. They are nice and injected, if you guys remember. Nice smoke color on top of these chickens. We're going to go in real fast and start seeing where we are at. We're going to go in right now into the breast. Okay, so as you can see, we're in the breast right now. We're at about 146 degrees. We need at least 165 in the breast meat. Okay, we're going to come on back out. Let's do the other chicken to see if we're cooking kind of even or how we're going here. Okay, a lot hotter on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it to try to get some even cooking. Then we'll get the lid closed and check back in about 20 minutes. Look at the juices coming out of that baby. That's all injection, folks. That's what you see there, oozing out of there. Okay, YouTube, we are back. So let's check out our final product of our 2 whole smoked chickens on the Gateway Drum Smoker. Before we take this foil off, let's talk about what we did. We started off with the chicken injection by Meat Church. Now this injection, if you remember, we mixed it with 2 cups of chicken stock and 1 cup of the brining powder itself. We whisked that together, injected our 2 chickens. After we injected them, we hit them with mustard. So like we talked about, most people use olive oil as a binder. We use mustard today. We used mustard, and then we came back with the bone-sucking sauce chicken rub. Hit it heavily on all sides, let it sit on the cutting board, then we headed out and got our Gateway Drum Smoker going. So, long story short, we cooked anywhere between 300 and 325 degrees for about an hour and 20 minutes. So now it is time for the unveiling, and let's see how these awesome, awesome whole chickens came out. Okay, what I want to bring your attention to first is the awesome crust that we achieved. We have a nice bark that came from using that bone sucking sauce. Now, also, we injected, right? So you know what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut into these chickens next, and I'm gonna show you guys how tender they are. I will do a quick taste test, and we will close this video out. So let me grab my knife real fast, and what we'll do, we'll go right in the middle of this chicken number one, okay? And what we'll do is go right through that bone. I want you to see the juices. Look at the juices flowing, folks. This is real. This is what it's all about, okay? So here we have this chicken opened up. You can see the injection in there. I will cut a little bit off. Oh my goodness. I hope you can see these juices flowing. This is unreal. Now this is what you call breast done right, okay? Look how clean it is all the way through. This chicken, again, is done right. If you like what we're doing, please subscribe to my channel. Let others know what D-Ski Grillz is up to. And as always, at D-Ski Grillz, grilling is not a pastime, it's a passion. I'm gonna taste this breast real quick before we close it out. Lord have mercy. So the flavor profile, you can taste the nice bark that came from the bone sucking sauce. You also get the tenderness of this meat church injection. I mean, look at that, folks. Look at that. It is just juice for days. I'm gonna turn this up, it's worth it, right? Let's see what we have on the inside this chicken. Look at this, folks. How are you gonna beat that? All right, we're gonna sign off. I'm gonna go ahead and get this cut the rest of the way. And it's gonna be time to serve some family and friends, folks. But here we go. We'll flip this baby over. And we'll flip this baby over here. Thanks again for joining me.